looks like some big names in that movie. Recently, the government has released UFO documents. There have been reported sightings right here at home. And this week, Steven Spielberg's new movie, Disclosure Day, is being released. So we expect the conversation around possible alien life to grow. And to walk us through some of that discussion, we're here with Dave Schrader, an author and the host of the Paranormal 60 podcast. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I mean, let's start with the movie elevator pitch. What is it about?
Well, it's what most of us have been watching happen over the last 5-6 years. Disclosure on the way with all of the footage that the United States has been releasing regarding UFOs, UAPs, our connection to what else is out there. This movie kind of takes it all together as in the what if and what would it look like? How will it happen? And it's beautifully done. Spielberg really took this to a new level. And when you hear Spielberg attach any kind of alien movie, you know it's going to be interesting.
Right.
But it was impactful in ways I don't think anybody was ready for. It was powerful. Some people were crying in the audience.
Wow.
Just watching it, there were times your breath was gone.
Wow, okay. And I mean, Spielberg is saying he believes extraterrestrial life exists. I mean, what is the UFO community's response to that?
Well, we're glad he finally caught up to the rest of us, right? I've been hosting paranormal radio shows here in the Twin Cities for 20 years, and I've talked to experiencers, and I've talked to people that have had these abductions or sightings and strange things. And the one kind of telling aspect of disclosure is the fact that many of them said that they are watching, and when things get really bad, and it's going to take things getting really bad for them to make themselves known, and then you look at what's kind of going on in our world right now. And there's that underpinning in the movie Disclosure Day. They don't get political, but you just see that we become almost numb to the things that we see. But then something like this is what's going to bring us together. And Ronald Reagan and Gorbachev had a meeting where they talked about aliens, and they said, it will take something like this to bring the world together, because for once we won't be Russians and Americans, we'll be people of Earth.
Wow.
And I think that's, kind of what we've all been waiting for with the news that's been slowly disseminated over the last 40-50 years.
Yeah, answering some questions, opening our eyes about some things. I mean, bringing this a little closer to home, some of the recently released documents mentioned a reported sighting up in Anoka.
Yeah.
Why do stories like this continue to fascinate people?
Listen, we're surrounded with the mundane every day and the things that are going on that have, a place in our life, but there's not much we feel that we can do about it. When you see something like this, it reminds you of the magic and majesty of the world around us and the things that sometimes we forget about. And now we're stuck to our tablets and our phones, and maybe we're not watching the skies as much as we used to. And maybe that's why they're getting a little bit more emboldened, is because they know we're not watching and they're coming in a little closer.
Interesting. And before I let you go, we have about 30 seconds. I mean, you've been doing this for decades. What keeps you fascinated and keep wanting to learn?
Just that. Every time you think you start to get a handle on what's going on and what's real, you realize that there's a whole nother dynamic to these stories. And the people that have these stories, whether you believe them or not, it's just as fascinating to me to speak with them to understand why they believe these things are real. But I have no doubt that we are not alone, and the world is about to, I think, get a big shakeup here in the next 2 to 3 years.
All right, we'll have to be watching. Dave, thanks so much for being here. You're so passionate about this. I love it. The movie out in theaters Friday, right?
Yeah, it comes out Friday nationwide, and for those of you that are going to go see it, just let me say, they'll understand.
They'll understand. I'm out of the loop on that, but you guys seem cooler than me. All right, we'll have more about this at care11.com/noon. We'll be back.